Good morning, friends and family. Wanted to give you a little tour of some of our gardens, at least in the front yard. Let me see if I can turn the camera around. Okay, Tom's kayak, which he doesn't get to use very often. Let me start over here. So here is one remaining pecan tree. We had two different varieties because we were told they needed to cross-pollinate. I don't know, I'm making a shadow. But we think the other one was up there towards the street, but it got hit by a car, we think. So, and then this one wasn't looking too good after the severe frosts we had over the winter, but it came back. So we're happy to see this one making a comeback. There's a couple banana trees. They're doing okay. We have a beautyberry. Oh, it's just starting to make the little tiny berries. If you can see them there. Tiny little pink berries, and they turn like really red, like purple, when they're ripe. So we had beautiful beauty berries last summer. I didn't do anything with them really, so I need to learn how to use them. And then we have two pineapple guavas. There's one. There's one. This was the side of the, well, we had somebody helping us with some permaculture coaching, and they said these are some things that we should have. They recommended, and they said that with nut trees, like pecan trees, they said nut trees produce jugalone, a substance called jugalone, and we were told that many plants can't live in an area where jugalone is in the soil. So they helped pair up some plants that can tolerate jugalone. So we had the beautyberry and the pineapple guava. So that's this side of the yard. We haven't really done too much with this side of the yard as far as harvesting or using the fruit. This side we've done a lot more with. We're not allowed to use the front 15 or 20 feet or so. That's considered county property. So we measured and we tried to use every square inch we could. So it's 15 or 20 feet, I forget. But we planted lemongrass. So there's a row of lemongrass here. Sort of maybe overdid it with the lemongrass. And in between the lemongrass, we did have moringa. But we lost some of the moringa in the harsh frosts we had this past winter. Here's a survivor. There's a moringa. We wanted to have lots and lots of moringa so we could eat it fresh. And so we wanted to dry some into a powder, dehydrate it. And then it's so good for the animals. So the goal was to have lots and lots of moringa. We're going to have to keep working on that. One more lemongrass. Oh, here's another survivor. I forgot about this one. So we have two little survivors. These were pretty mature moringa trees, but it was really, really a harsh winter. This is sugar cane. So the tall plants in this row are sugar cane. That's another moringa that we lost. Sugar cane. Now here is a moringa survivor. That's a beautiful moringa. So I hope that one keeps growing. Sugar cane, another missing moringa, and sugar cane. We haven't done too much with the sugar cane yet, other than just have a little fun with it. Chew on it a little bit once it gets mature. I understand you can get a machine that helps you process it and squeeze the juice out. And then we actually could try our hand at making sugar. We have some sweet potatoes here. They're doing well. Let me show you this angle over here. So we have 3 sweet potato beds. And it's funny, there's a few white potatoes sneaking in that must have been left over from last season. So this is sweet potatoes, except for there's a white potato. There's a white potato. And the same with these beds. There's a few white potatoes in here that popped up. Sweet potatoes. We don't normally eat a lot of carbs. We don't eat a lot of potatoes, but we're thinking that would be a good calorie source. This bed, I'm not sure what happened to it. We planted sweet potato slips, but Tom saw a rabbit in the yard and something was eating away at some of the sweet potatoes. We're wondering if maybe it was a rabbit. And then over here, planted onion sets. So they're doing well. And then we saved, when we have banana pups popping up around a mature tree, Tom digs them out and we actually sell those. There's a good looking one, a healthy one. And banana pups. Oh, we got to move these away from the watermelon. They're getting choked. They're starting to get choked by the watermelon. I'll have to move those away. So we have 2 watermelon plants in here, and look what it does. It really goes wild. This is all from 2 little watermelon plants. So hopefully we'll get some watermelon out of all this foliage. Oh, I'll take you over here. Ooh, I can barely walk with the watermelon. Here's a little lemongrass. It's not doing great. We had chaya alternated with cassava in this row. So this is chaya, and again, a lot of it died back because of the harsh frosts we had here, but it is coming back here at the base. So chaya, there was cassava here, it died. Here's chaya making a comeback. No cassava here, but there is a cassava up here. Here's a chaya. This one, I don't see life on this one. But this, we do have a cassava that's coming back. Yay for that one cassava. And then here's a chaya making a comeback. That was a rough winter. Let's see. Oh, let's go this way. Oh, there's another lemongrass. Lots of lemongrass. And there's an elderberry. Let me back up. This elderberry has gotten huge. We have used it. We made an elderberry tincture, an elderberry honey infusion. So that's done really well. So hopefully we'll get more elderberries this year. So that sort of took over that whole bed. And then these are blackberries. We cut them back, but again, I think there's a few blossoms. So I hope to get some blackberries this year. But we had other years where they were just loaded. Oh, good. Oh, there's some little blackberries coming. Can you see them? Oh, good. There they are. So there are some blackberries coming. I feel like this is later than usual because it's May, almost June, but whatever. I'm just happy to see some blackberries coming along. That's good. And then there's a lot of weeds that needs weeded. And then wanted to do something pretty out front. So Tom built me these beds, and I was trying to think what kind of flowers we could put in there. But this is the side of the house that gets the afternoon sun, and it gets extremely hot in the afternoons. So it has to be something that can tolerate afternoon sun. And we had some extra aloes, so I thought, well, what about succulents? We made a little succulent garden, but there should be some flowers in between here. So there's aloe, it's doing well. There's another aloe. I forget the name of this plant. Somebody looked at it and said they thought it might be millions, something about millions. I'll have to look that up. I'll have to identify that plant. And then a cactus. Oh, there's little tiny aloe. And another aloe and another aloe. So the aloes are doing well. They're pretty happy. But I'd like to get some flowers in here. But the only flowers we found so far, there's another lemongrass. The only flowers that we found that can tolerate the afternoon sun are these little tiny flowers. I forget their name, but they have survived the heat. So that's what we might be left with. So there's a lemongrass, there's a lemongrass. And here we did have a hibiscus. It was that cranberry hibiscus. It was beautiful. And the blossoms were such a deep cranberry color. It was almost black. And I would make tea out of it. It was really beautiful, but it got killed by the harsh winter again. So that space is just empty. It's available. Let's see, did I get everything in the front? I think so. So what we were trying to do, let me turn the camera around. What we were trying to do was have the front yard be sort of pretty, trying to produce as much food as we could without it looking strange or weird for the neighbors' sake. So we were trying to make it pretty, but also trying to make it productive. So originally Tom built these beds out front, and that's where I wanted to have a medicinal herb garden. But then when we realized this part gets full sun in the afternoon, and it was way too hot for herbs, they weren't going to make it here. I tried some lavender, it didn't make it. I had some stevia, it didn't make it. So we thought, okay, well, sweet potatoes, they like the heat. So anyway, we have more of a culinary herb garden in the back. I don't have a lot of medicinal herbs yet. I'd like to do more with medicinal herbs. So that is the front yard. So anyway, we would encourage anybody who wants to grow food even in your front yard, and you could probably do it more artistically, more beautifully than what we've done, but I think it's possible to grow food and still have it be pretty. And now in the back we have a lot of stuff going on. I'll show you that another time, but we didn't try as hard to make the back pretty. It's just more productive. But anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know what you guys are doing. I got this other app because evidently my iPhone will not, during a recording, it will not allow me to flip the camera. So I just Googled, what can I do to flip the camera during a recording? And they said I could use this other app. This is a timestamp app. So anyway, hope this works out. Okay, talk to you soon. Love you. Bye.